one of my favorite things is just vibe coding. Anybody could be a software programmer now. And vibe coding is creating software that, is better than a lot of software.
Or a hang during partition reconfiguration and put race conditions for leaking sensitive memory, reordering compiler or processor memory instructions, incorrect permissions assignments, and that's just the first table.
Yeah, if I hadn't invested in NVIDIA like 5 years ago, my portfolio would be up 1,200%, and I'd probably be dancing around like this too. But, instead I'm just a broke sucker who instead just bought an NVIDIA card and decided that Linux was the way to go. And now my computer drivers are completely buggy, and I'm sort of dependent on this card if I want to use DaVinci Resolve in any meaningful way while I'm on Linux. So, good job. I did great with that decision. But ultimately, I'm glad I didn't invest in NVIDIA, because it seems like with all these buggy drivers, it's a source of AI and vibe coding, which if you don't understand what vibe coding is, it's when code is written with AI. So rather than somebody writing something down intentionally, troubleshooting it, finding where the error is and trying to fix it, AI just completely does it. And if you've ever used AI in any capacity, you're very well aware of the fact that it makes mistakes. What was it? Google Gemini in its early days told someone to die because it asked too many math problems. But I mean, even more recently, you can just look up something on AI, ask it a question, and it completely misses the ball. And I just don't understand how anybody, especially a CEO of one of like the top 50 companies in the United States or in the world for that matter, thinks that, we should use AI to just completely manufacture and structure our drivers for our graphics units. Probably one of the most important things and one of the most lucrative businesses in the world, especially when it comes to like movies and special effects. Now, I don't hate AI per se. Actually, far from it. I don't think that it's the worst thing in the world. I hate what it's becoming. I hate that it's taking away personal computing, and I hate that it's taking away people's sense of self-intelligence. You don't see people really looking anything up anymore. It's usually all fed through AI and then spat right back out. I think back to the early days of the internet when people said, you can't trust everything you see on the internet.
Where'd you hear that?
The internet.
And you believed it?
Yeah. They can't put anything on the internet that isn't true.
Where'd you hear that? The internet.
Well, you really can't trust anything that you see with AI because of hallucinations, like I mentioned earlier. And now NVIDIA is partnering with Microsoft to issue in the new wave of computing, the new era of computing, as they said. And to get into this, it's going to be super expensive. I know I get a lot of comments about how Framework is expensive and you don't get a lot of power out of them. I know I complain a lot about how expensive MacBooks are for what you're really getting. This is going to be probably far more powerful, if not just about as powerful as a MacBook, but it's going to be a whole lot shittier thanks to their partnership with Slop of all people. Now, would I like to see this in a framework? I mean, listen, I think it'd be very cool that you could have a modular system, but this is all going to have unified memory. Everything's going to be soldered down, and ultimately, I don't see it fitting in the framework ethos, so I don't think it's going to enter that realm, but imagine the prices of those two things combined. It would be insane. So you're probably wondering, who's buying this? Well, one might think that it would be content creators or gamers, the people who have been funding and supporting NVIDIA basically to get them to where they are now. But no, it seems that Jensen would rather support, what are they called? Clients, AI clients. That's who this is intended for, this NVIDIA Spark chip. So we're going all in on AI now. Hooray. I hope that you weren't sick and tired of, AI slop being fed down your throats every single day when you're just trying to consume anything in life, whether it be movies, TV shows, social media. It's getting it tired. And I'm frankly just sick of seeing AI everywhere.
This is a $1,400 AI-powered motorized electric shoe.
For my work, I travel, and I don't know if you have ever noticed this when you're out and about, but I see AI pictures of like people who work at gas stations hanging up on the wall. I see AI pictures of people's dogs in their house, and I'm like, it wouldn't really bother me if this wasn't such a big, trendy hype thing that ultimately is just copying and pasting your soul into their databases, feeding all of your data and all of your information into the big hive mind. Like, think of the show Pluribus ubiquitous, how like everybody is all connected except for Carol and like what, 5 other people. Once all of your information is out there in this like collective database and all of these data centers that are destroying our planet and raising up our electric prices, your sense of autonomy and ownership is completely gone. And I realize the irony of me saying this because my information is on the internet already, prior dating to AI, so info about me could just be taken and manipulated however. Who cares, right? That's what everybody else is saying, who cares? But why are we feeding AI our money? Why are we feeding all these big companies our money when ultimately it's just going to lead to more confusion, more headache, and a shittier environment, shittier economy? It is such a waste of space and life. I just wish that people would open their eyes to it more instead of just consuming. And it's the very reason that you don't ever see me putting my personal information inside of a AI client, especially a web-based one that's coming out of a data center all over the place. You don't see me going on there going, "Hi, my name is Ubiquitous. Can you generate a picture of me that's taller than 6 foot?" I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all why you would want to give away your personal information like that to a collective database that destroys the planet we live on and will just ultimately steal your identity and use it for whoever wants to use it. And who wants to use it? Anybody who's got enough money to buy that data from the data centers. If you think it's not going to happen, just wait for another accidental data leak to happen with these data centers, and then all of a sudden you're going to be wondering, why are there naked pictures of me on the internet? It's a weird concept, I know. Anyway, I've ranted on long enough about the whole concept of AI. The NVIDIA Spark and those laptops are going to be able to run these AI clients locally. So hopefully, if you're smart, you're not going to be sending that data off to any data center, uploading all of your information to the internet to where people can manipulate you and all of your data and your likeness. No, you can just keep that local on your Microsoft Windows computer that is known for stealing and collecting your data and shoving ads in your face because they have stolen and collected your data and sold it to advertisers. So who knows? Personally, you're not going to catch me ever purchasing an NVIDIA Spark for any particular reason. I very much love my Linux and free and open source system. And to be completely honest with you, the next time I'm going to buy a graphics card, I think I'm just going to stick to AMD because it seems like there's a whole lot less headaches over there than there are with NVIDIA.